Hello everybody, welcome back, good morning. Bit of a later start this morning for me, but last night we did the stream, so as far as price action is concerned, I kind of knew what to expect if we were at this level, higher or lower. And at the moment we're basically exactly the same, so there's a couple of things to think about. The $93,000 is still proving to be a resistance, we're creeping above it at the moment. You could argue that we have broken above it and making a retest, living above the horizontal and the 7 simple moving average. Now, we've got a pump signal in play on the itchy cloud as well, which should take you to the next level of resistance, which is 95,500, or basically 96. That's fine. So there's a bit of evidence now for a smaller continuation of, another grand, basically, a couple of grand. We move over to the daily. This time round, the 93,000 has... well, let's put it like this. The 20 moving average and the 21 exponential moving average, which is where the last retest was, as well as the $93,000 resistance, I was a bit over optimistic that we would break that, and we got rejected from it. Now, this time we've got above the 21 and the 20, so there's your rejection, bang, there's a rejection, bang. This one broke and got a rejection here, and then yesterday we've broken above that, and now we've opened, and sort of looking like we could potentially continue beyond that. So, more likely in this scenario that 93,000 will break. But break to what level? How far can it go? We've got 95 to 96 on the 4 hourly. On the daily, the band itself is 96, and you've got the death crosses around here at 98 and 104. You're spoiled for bloody choice when it comes to resistance. Now, moving over to the weekly, and again, I'm just whizzing through this video, to be fair. I don't feel the need to go on and on and on. It's relatively straightforward, and the rest of the market will follow. Bitcoin's basically the leader here, so whatever Bitcoin does, everybody else will do. Ethereum's doing okay, but let's focus on just Bitcoin. If we take off all the noise, we can still see a bull market structure with the lows, the highs, higher lows, and the higher highs, and the higher lows, and the higher highs, and the higher lows, and the higher highs, and the higher lows. And so it is a bull market structure. And I was just saying last night that lots of analysts, traders, I can see are now sort of questioning this, or maybe even going as far as to calling a bear market, which is fine. I can understand why, because it has met a few. Some of the criteria has been met for a bear market, for me at least, which is basically a change of structure when it comes to losing the 50 exponential, which is a big deal. And then moving over to the monthly, we did go down below the 20 and the 21 exponential on the monthly, but we did not close it, but we were close to doing it. And, if we close down below here, then I would say that's it, really. You see the bear markets really begin and kick right off when we do that. You see that over here. So we've not done that yet, but the weekly structurally is different. But yeah, like I say, the high highs and high lows give you a bull market structure. We've got the hidden bullish divergence as well on the weekly here. So we're pushing 93 again. It's likely to break, but where to? 95, 96, 98, 104, 107 maybe, 112, and maybe beyond that. The money flow index is very low and pointing up, so if it did, for whatever reason, get popular again, it could quite easily shoot up very quickly. It's not uncommon, we've seen it before, but I'm not saying that that's what it will do. Ethereum's doing something very similar. It came down to the golden cross retest here on the weekly, single driver bullish divergence. A lot of altcoins look similar to this when it comes to momentum, not so much with the relationship to moving averages, but with momentum at least. There was a handful of things that we saw on the Patreon last night which were promising. Lots of bullish divergence across a variety of time frames. But under no illusion that they will only go up if Bitcoin allows it. So Bitcoin can be static, it'll go up, and they should go up as well. Bitcoin will come down, they will all come down. Even the ones that are at supports will break through the supports, because Bitcoin is the key right now, it's the main thing, it's the focus point. Now what if we do get rejected for 93? What if that happens? Well, based on the weekly, you could easily come all the way back down to 86, and then maybe even close to the previous wick lows and respond. So forget about your Bollinger Band. We're being reabsorbed into that Bollinger Band at the moment. This is why I think it's more likely to go up. But if it were to break down again, we could be talking about 81, 82, maybe even as low as 78. So any positions that you're in, obviously get your stop losses in place. Any positions that you're in, consider finding areas to exit, just in case. But again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm telling you here. I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you, if anything, my thoughts on the market as I do every morning. But you're wrong, Mr. CC. Well, okay. So sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. So long as you're right more times than you're wrong, I can afford to sit here all day and play Tony Hawk's is what I'm doing at the moment, actually, with my time. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.